Good evening. The hunt is on tonight for two men believed to have set off a homemade bomb inside this Mississauga restaurant last night. Inside at the time, men, women, and children taking part in two separate birthday celebrations. 15 people were injured, sparking calls for justice tonight.
And then I was walking back and I felt the ground shake. It felt like an earthquake here.
Residents shaken by a bombing that turned their brand new neighborhood into a crime scene.
And then all of a sudden a bunch of police officers and ambulance came, and a bunch of cops were yelling at me to get indoors, and I was down there. I'm like, I live right here. And then they said, run home.
This as police scrambled to find the two men pictured here in this still taken from security camera footage.
Two men wearing hoodies were seen entering the restaurant with an IED, which is an improvised explosive device. The men were seen fleeing the scene immediately following the explosion.
The restaurant is located in a busy strip mall at here Ontario Street and Eglinton Avenue East. This morning, police forensic officers in white jumpsuits combed the scene. Officers looked under cars and combed through the tall grass and bushes nearby. Just down the street where the two men were seen fleeing the scene, detectives went door to door looking for witnesses.
Yeah, I heard a bomb. It's a big noise, and so two people running all the way from there to there. These people just keep running from there to there, and sometimes turn their head back, see looking that way.
Police say at this point they have no evidence to suggest this was an act of terrorism or a hate crime, but they are appealing for witnesses to come forward.
This is not the Mississauga I know.
Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie visibly shaking as she spoke to reporters.
I will say that this is a heinous crime that's been committed. Certainly the people who have done this need to answer for their crimes, and they need to be brought to justice.
15 people ranging in age from 23 to 69 were sent to hospital. All have since been released. No children were injured in the bombing.
I was worried, I was nervous because I know people in the neighborhood, right? And I have friends who go to this restaurant and we always go there, so I'm kind of shocked that it happened there.
And police believe the suspects fled the area in a car, but no vehicle description has been released at this point. But here is what we know about the suspects. One is 5'10" to 6 feet tall with a stocky build, believed to be in his mid-20s with light skin. He was last seen wearing dark blue jeans, a dark-colored zip-up hoodie pulled over his head, and a baseball cap with a light gray peak. The second suspect is described as 5'9" to 5'10". He has a thin build and fair skin. He was last seen wearing faded blue jeans, a dark zip-up hoodie with a brass-colored zipper, and the hood was pulled over his head. He was also wearing a gray t-shirt and dark-colored shoes. Now, anyone who believes they recognize these individuals or any witnesses whatsoever are being asked to call police or Crime Stoppers.